Oh, it's actually planned this time. Well, sort of, not really, but I have a job to do in game, and so I thought I'd do this because why not? See if I can remember some buttons. There we go. Just started to rain, so I am on big flat axis or whatever it's called. And I forgot I had contract that I'd taken when I ended the last video, so I was going to just run it on Courseplay, but then I thought I'd do this instead. So, hey Chris, how you doing? But yeah, things are a bit messy because Courseplay was struggling to harvest at the highest I could set. It was 50 kilometers an hour or 31 miles an hour, so it was struggling on the corners, as you can see. So I was going to have to take over anyway, so here we are. Hey Mark, how you doing? It's a bit of a weird time, I guess, because most people are probably, and Smock, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Most people are probably at work. I have finished work, so it's a good time for me to do it. So yeah, I've no idea how long I'll be on here. It depends how long it takes me to get through this field. Probably not that long, but we'll see. And I haven't done this in a while, so I figured this would be a good practice for hopefully getting back to doing the Terralife ones. We will see. Come on, there we go. Header is down. Driving this thing is just not fun, really. It's fun that it's fast. It doesn't turn. Well, it does turn, but I'm going too fast to turn. You hopefully get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Who else is as excited as me and Smock about the new DLC? You know, what more could you... I'm being slightly cynical because another Grape Harvester. It's like the third one they've done. Is there something I don't know? Secretly, are you all doing grape farms only? You know, are you just not telling me that secretly everyone is running a vineyard and actually it's the most popular thing in the game? Or is it still one of the crops where you are guaranteed to lose money and waste a lot of time? The exciting bit, I think, is hopefully it means we are going to get access to... you enjoy grape juice, Mark, and raisins. I guess that's supposed to be healthy. Good on you. The potentially really cool thing is Oxbow make a lot of really cool other stuff. If you watch the little video that I put out, I have pulled a whole load of pictures off their website. There are infinitely more interesting things they could have picked than a grape harvester. I guess the timing's bad because, you know, they do a whole load of root crop harvesters, and in the premium edition we're getting root crop harvesters, root crops. Feels like they've got the timing wrong. Maybe we're going to get a bunch of free content. I would say it's a new brand coming, but obviously they swapped the... I'm not sure how you say that brand. Plunger to Oxbow. So yeah, it's not a new brand particularly, so it was open to modders anyway. Who knows? think I'm most disappointed about the quantity. Now, you could say that quality is more important, but 4 bits of machinery in a DLC that's probably... I haven't looked at the price actually, but I'm guessing it's €10 if you don't have the DLC or the season pass, sorry. So yeah, it does not feel like good value to me. It if I didn't have the season pass, I don't think I would be buying it. It's been another disappointing season pass, really, isn't it? Doesn't mean I'm going to stop buying them, I guess, because it's kind of important for me that I have Farm Sim to play. So, and that needs Giants to make money, and they make money from season passes. So if there is a third one, yeah, I'll probably get it. But, you know, do I think I'm going to get good content out of it? Based on it so far, maybe not. We'll see. We will see. I did get something very, very cool in the post from Giants yesterday. It has only taken them 9 months, I think. So if you are not a modder, you may not be aware that Giants have 4 different awards for modding. They have the Red Award, which is for console, for having a mod on console, I believe. And then they have Bronze, Silver, and Gold, which I think are different different numbers of downloads. I'm hoping that Bronze is 1 million because I'm almost there. The only way you can check is to there's a mod which tells you, but I qualified. I'll go back to DLCs in a sec. I was really excited when this came in the post because it's huge. I have a mod on console, so I qualified for the Red Award in November last year, and it arrived yesterday, and it's awesome. It's a big framed certificate thing, and it made me happy. So yeah, I kind of liked it. It was cool, but it's taken them 9 months to send it over from Germany. So I did actually think it wasn't ever going to arrive. That's because you make nasty script mods, Mark. As for previous DLCs, I'm trying to think. I was quite late to FS19, and so I don't remember what all of them were. It's a script mod and PC only. Of course, it's nasty. You've got to think of our poor console brethren. And the wonderful phrase, is it for all platforms? And it's so nasty, I don't even have it installed on here. I'm trying to think back to... I have it on every other save. You have to remember that I have different mod folders for every game, because you should. Unless you're using the calendar mod, and then it gets confusing. Anyway, it's so hot in here as well. It's ridiculous. FS19 DLCs, we had the Cavernum one, which was good. Liked that. I don't remember what else we had in 19. I'm that much of a noob. So, I Class was the equivalent of platinum, wasn't it? For 19, is that right? I suppose I could try and load them up on my phone, but I have a feeling we have a lot less DLC in 19. It seems to have been much more of a thing in 22. Let's see if I can not crash whilst opening the Giants website on my phone at the same time as trying to read chat. Yeah, we had the Anderson DLC. That was another good DLC, actually. Can I get best 19 before I crash? Do they even still have it listed on their website? Let's break. So we had the Alpine pack. That was very disappointing, I thought. Rotney. Very disappointing. Grimmer. Didn't get it. Everything was tiny. Cabana was good. Borgo, I got it on sale. But didn't really particularly use it. So the John Deere Cotton one. There was the free Homer DLC. And that was it. So I guess the Class 1 and the Anderson and the Cavernan ones were good. The rest, not so much. Not so much. I'm really surprised, actually, and maybe they are, because I guess Oxbow is a pretty international brand. I am still surprised, and maybe the sales are falling off, that they're not catering for the American audience more with the DLCs in 22. It feels like a lot of them are aimed at European stuff. I guess Americans grow grapes, so maybe. I don't know. I think there's been more disappointing than good. I'll say that. I think there's been more disappointing than good. I think that's fair. Help as well. I guess the really good thing from my point of view is that even if the DLC's pants, videos get lots of views, I guess people want to see whether it's pants or not. I do not need that. There we go. Trader's almost full. I wonder if we're going to manage to get the rest of this in the harvester. Because I have now deleted the cosplay clause, so it feels like a lot of it is also small scale. Shush. It's fine. This is exactly realistic farming. It is. They don't show you this on any of the other farming agency stuff, but this is how real farmers do it. They don't show you that because they don't want you to know that actually you should be able to do it much quicker. This is where you learn the reality of things. I guess maybe maybe small scale is not the right word. It's I guess it's because it doesn't really fit in the kind of stuff that I do. And maybe that's realistic because maybe the UK market is quite small. But if you think how popular certain UK maps are, then having a DLC full of kit that supported those UK maps would maybe do well. Maybe the UK brands just don't want to engage with giants. That is entirely possible. You know, maybe the likes of... I'm sure someone's asked Mikhail, actually, and they said no. Because there's no Mikhail licensed stuff in game, is there? It's all on third-party sites. We aren't the EU anymore, so maybe we don't exist. You know? Maybe a bunch of European countries have just robbed us off the map. And we're, there's just a hole there now. I didn't actually look to see which postal method they used. I'm trying to think who... It might have been the post office that dropped it off rather than anyone like DPD or one of the international courier firms. So they might have done the equivalent of drop it in the post box in Germany and hope. Which is possible, I guess. Yeah. I'm sure it went some sort of business post, but to be fair, it's pretty big, so they probably sent it the cheapest way possible because it's free. So I'm definitely not complaining about receiving a cool free thing. I just hope I don't have to wait 9 months for the next cool free thing. If it is actually at 1 million downloads, I should have a look. There was a mod released for it recently. 22... What's it going to be called? Giants Awards? Mod Hub Awards. There we go. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says Bronze Mod Hub Award. Okay. Let's have a look. There's a prefab. Nope, because that's on bestfsmods.com. Trying to turn around whilst trying to read on your phone is not good. No, I'll have to find it. I'm pretty sure it must be 1 million downloads for the next one. It seems reasonable to me. I'll grab a picture of it at some point. I put it back. I opened it yesterday in the middle of the workday and then put it straight back in the box. So I wonder if we'll get mods today, or if they have started to drop already. There's quite often when they do a big announcement, they don't do a mod release. I guess because it maybe takes away from it in the various channels that do Farm Sim News stuff. Yeah. That's quite an acknowledgement to be in the magazine. I haven't even looked at the second edition. I should, because to one of the... I can talk about what I'm going to do. I can't talk about detail. I'm going to be doing the equivalent of the PDF for Maze Plus for Terra Life, and I want to try and make it look a bit more like some of the giant stuff. And so some of it I'm going to take inspiration from the magazines for, in the way they lay stuff out. So I might have to pick a copy up. I hadn't noticed there was an every other day pattern, because I don't pay that much. I don't pay as much attention as many do to the excitement of mods have released, I guess. Because I don't add them that often. Maybe it makes sense that they do them every other day because they appear to be short-staffed with some stuff, with like testing stuff maybe. Although they responded very quickly when I attempted to submit the equivalent of a geo to ModHub. I was amazed by how quickly they replied to that. I have never had a ModHub response quite so quickly. Hopefully, Jos can do something clever with the calendar mod. I saw you said, someone said that they had been talking to him. I don't want to click away to scroll up. I had a chat with him a few days ago, and he was going to work on some ideas of ways of integrating it. So we'll see. But yeah, Mark, they flat said they have decided there will not be geos in FS19. Now, I think the problem that they've created, there are two problems, because there's quite often two parts to things. One, people want geos in FS22. They want to be able to choose how crops grow. Two, we just got a flood of productions instead, because productions are really easy to make, much easier than in FS19. So as long as you are someone who can throw together some sort of 3D model, see me, it's very easy to just randomly churn out productions instead of churning out geos. And so I think they've created a different problem. Correct, they do not want stuff that was popular in FS19. The problem was that there were so many of them. You know, how you know, I haven't looked, but there are pages and pages of geos. And I remember with GB Modding, he wanted to do specific geos to match the regions of his maps, and I think the only way they let him do it was to label them as map specific. I think there was like an Attingham geo in FS19, but yeah, I think it's because some people spoilt it, and there were people who, you know, had ridiculous numbers of geos on there that were all pretty similar probably. So it was a conscious decision by them to not have ModHub flooded with many geos, and they essentially worked really hard to remove the ability to load them, and it's taken someone who's clever with scripts to create that ability. So I've still got the zip file for the UK one that I did submit. I might upload it somewhere. I'm kind of jaded on the whole uploading things at the moment, and I was going to do the Scottish one as well, but yeah, kind of jaded on the whole uploading things, so we'll see. I reckon it's going to take about another 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do this, something like that. And I could probably just straight upload it to Discord's mock. It's that small. I could probably just upload it in the My Mods channel on there, which would help limit the things that are annoying me. Yeah, Mark, I spoke to, when I was chatting to Joss, we were talking about different ways of loading it. I think he suggested to Giants having a pack of growth calendars that people could pick from, and they said no. I think anything that vaguely resembles a standalone growth calendar, giants will say no to. So my suggestion to Jos was to integrate some into the main body of his mod. So I was happy to give him mine to integrate. And I guess if he could get some others from elsewhere, then do it that way. So you don't have to have multiple maps. Yeah, giants are going to flat refuse anything that resembles loading a geo into the game. Do I have? I do. I need to grab some sort of thumbnail for this. Environment. Make it summer and sunny. There we go. Who said it was raining? Yeah, the other thing Yoss asked when I was chatting to him is if I had a tutorial on how to do it. And I said no, and I'm not doing one because making geos it's not hard if you understand the structure. If you understand the structure, they're quite easy to set up. The hard bit is testing them. And I know that most of the people that want to make a geo that need a video on how to do it won't test it thoroughly, and then they'll complain when it breaks or doesn't work, and I just can't be asked with that. I think any mod that is a way of loading a growth calendar, giants will reject, whether it looks like a map or not. I'm pretty sure Yoss spoke to them and said that, or suggested having a pack so it didn't look like a map. It was like, kind of like the way, I assume anyway, kind of like the way Loki has the universal auto load add-on. So it's a side mod that goes with the main one, and Giant said no. So I don't think they'll be allowed on Mod Hub. Full stop. Because once there's one, however it's done, the floodgates will open. And that's not what Giant... And I guess the problem is that every time someone submits one, Giants have to take time to say no. And that's the problem, I think. The using the animal system to do productions on consoles, very clever. And that's the kind of stuff that you want modders to be trying to do. I never used it, but it was a clever way of trying to do things. I think because it generally conflicted with, or was never integrated into maps that had horse extension, and by the time that came out, I was pretty much exclusively playing horse extension maps. So, and that was before I was involved with the farming agency. They were just the coolest maps, I thought. Lots of extra crops, more interesting ways to work with animals. Better. It was just better. The strip of shame I'm blaming on Courseplay. I'm not convinced we will get the last 2 and a bit rows in. When's the weather going to change? Soon. yeah, this was completely unplanned, and yeah, there were, according to the alien, well over 100 that had all of the Maze Plus horse extension stuff integrated. It was almost kind of the standard question, wasn't it? A map released on PC, and someone would ask, "Is it going to get horse extension, or is it compatible with Maze Plus?" And that's going to be very different with Terra Life. That's going to be a shock. I think that's going to be something that people struggle with that haven't seen any of the pre-release stuff. That there's only going to be 4 or 5 maps initially that get Terra Life, unless and anyone that wants Terra Life in their map pretty much is going to have to do all of the work themselves. So that's going to be interesting. And then they're going to have to set it so that the income goes to charity. So, yeah. We were talking about Ostorescu. I think that's how you say it, last week. Because someone was asking the beta test map, alpha test map, sorry. We're in alpha testing at the moment. Someone was asking if that's going to get Terra Life, and it was, and now probably isn't, but might. Basically, the map maker has said they don't have time to do it, but if the farming agency want to do it, they can, and it's not very high on the list of priority for maps to be done, so it may not get the Terra Life treatment. Let's just grab these last few bits, and then we'll go tip and make some money. I'm sorry, yes, was it you? You have to remember that I am awful with names, and those streams can be a bit of a blur by the end, so I apologise. Yuzza asked, I'm probably butchering your name, if Osterescu would be converted. And you know the rest of the answer, so can't be bothered to tidy up the last little bits. Let's go tip. That's good. Nice to know that I've got it vaguely right. I do like the ridiculous. Well, apart from my complaints about it being a pain to turn, it's quite a cool bit of kit. This. I'm going to make a ton of money. They indeed are Smudge Farmer. I'm going to have to go around this way because they're going in number 2 this time. There we go. And let's go grab the truck. Haythorn Wait. I tried it. I might have done awfully, but I tried it. It's why whenever you appear, I just say Mark, because that's much easier. Let's fold that in. How are we doing on contract completion? I really need to install. better contracts on here as well. And that time-saving stock check thing. I think I'm going to let these sell. I knew I had some sort of mod that told me what a good price would be for them. That looks like a good enough price. If everyone gets it wrong, maybe you should change how you say it. You know, I'm just saying. Everyone gets it wrong. Maybe you're saying it wrong. Let's return that. Maybe it's not everyone else. That's all I'm saying, you know? I really need to edit this trailer. It is incredibly slow to empty. How are we doing? 80%. Almost there. That might be fun, actually. Yeah. Haythorn Thwaite. I guess I missed the TH in the middle. You've got too many letters in there. I really struggle sometimes with not getting all of the letters. It's I think it is Irish. I think it is doing one at a time. We're getting there. Yeah, something that I struggle with work. I quite often make really small typos in stuff, and it's worse when it's in people's names. So I quite often end up reading important emails one word at a time. There we go. We are making money. So we can collect on that $83,000. Yes, it's Unreal capacity, and they don't seem to have given it Unreal load speed. They seem to have kept it at normal unload speed, which seems a bit weird. And I keep forgetting to edit the XML because I play on here quite infrequently. It's one of those little errors that if you're on PC is fine, because you can just go in and fix it really easily when you remember. Wow, $64,000. Nice. If you're on console, it's just a really annoying error that you can't do anything about. It's like when people price things ridiculously or create productions where you can never make money. Like those solar panels. The solar panel pack that came out a week or so ago that goes on the roof. Those are, as a concept, am I on the wrong track here? I am. As a concept, those are a really cool mod, and they work really well graphically for putting them on the roofs of buildings. They just don't make any money. Ever. From the testing that I did. I think the largest one you can make a little bit of money on, but the rest you make no money. And that just, like, did you load them into... See you later, Mark. I'm going to be done in a moment anyway. You're not going to miss much. Yeah, it's like, did you even load it into the game and progress time to see what happened? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. So, what I had intended to be doing this afternoon was harvesting that field. which I will be doing in a video you will hopefully see on Friday, as I can now skip time without worrying about missing contracts. So it was a lot of money. That contract must have been 150 grand nearly. I probably can't tell actually because I've done other contracts in this game day, but yeah, it's a nice little bit of extra cash. Can we buy this? I need to buy sales first. I need to buy the header for the combine, which is not cheap. 72,000. That's okay. That is fine. 9 meters, 43 miles an hour. I believe this is a farming agency approved one. There we go. It's almost in farming agency colors. Please don't tell Paul. Yeah, I need to pick one of those up. I probably won't bother with a header trailer because we'll be keeping it at the farm anyway, and we will see what kind of yield we get from the sunflowers, because they should be grown next time. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, folks. It was cool to see 10 or 11 of you watching. I did not expect that, and I will see you next time. They go for width, not speed. Got ya. Anyway, see you later, folks.